A former French model is now pulling back the curtain on what she describes as a chilling grooming pipeline, one that she says led straight into a bedroom with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Her name is Juliette. She's 43 now, but she says the story began when she was just 21 years old, chasing a modeling career and trusting the wrong people. And according to Juliette, none of it happened by accident. I identified quite a few stages that led me there, she told AFP. These men, through manipulation, conduct tests to see how far a young woman will give in. That statement is now at the center of a disturbing set of allegations involving French modeling scout Daniel Siad, a man accused by two former models of grooming young women for potential abusers connected to Epstein's world. Siad denies the accusations, but Juliette says the process started in Paris in 2004. She says Siad approached her on a Paris avenue, casually asking whether she was a model and whether she would be interested in professional opportunities in the United States. At the time, she thought it sounded like a dream. Now, she says she believes it was the beginning of what she calls the targeting stage. I think he was trying to gauge whether I would accept without asking too many questions, she explained. And according to Juliette, she did exactly that. She says she avoided asking difficult questions because she didn't want to appear complicated or difficult to work with. Soon after, a plane ticket arrived. Destination, New York City. She was given an address, almost no details, but she says her modeling agency reassured her they knew Daniel Siad, so she got on the plane. Then came Madison Avenue. Juliette says she arrived at the address expecting a professional opportunity. Instead, she says she briefly met Jeffrey Epstein himself, and according to her, Siad had never even mentioned Epstein's name before that moment. Years later, Epstein would become one of the most infamous sex offenders in the world, convicted in 2008 for soliciting sex from girls as young as 14. But Juliette says the manipulation had already begun. She claims Epstein asked for her passport. Looking back now, she calls this the second phase of the grooming process, hostage-taking. Without her passport, she says she couldn't leave. Then came another twist. Juliette says Epstein told her he was too busy to meet, handed her $120, and offered his limousine for shopping. She says she never asked for money, but suddenly felt psychologically trapped in his debt. The next day, expecting a real modeling interview, she returned to the Madison Avenue property. Instead, she says Epstein walked her through rooms filled with explicit images of women's bodies. Looking back, Juliette believes it may have been another test of tolerance. Then he allegedly led her into a bedroom. That's when my internal alarm went off, she recalled. I told him, I'm not going to do anything. According to Juliette, Epstein told her not to worry, but claimed he needed to see her body, including her breasts, in order to recommend her to modeling agencies. She hesitated, but after flying 7 hours with her ticket paid for, she gave in to the request. Then, she says Epstein groped her. Moments later, according to Juliette, he allegedly criticized her appearance, saying her body needed 3 months to get back into shape. Then came another offer. If she needed money, Epstein allegedly suggested he could arrange work for her as a party escort. That was enough. Juliette says she pretended to consider it while demanding her passport back. And then came one of the most haunting details in her account. She claims Epstein searched through a pile of around 20 passports before finally returning hers. Juliette escaped. But years later, she says she decided to speak publicly because investigators are still trying to uncover the network of people who allegedly helped Epstein recruit and exploit women. 15 women reportedly urged French authorities to investigate Gerald Marie, one of them former Swedish model Ebba Karlsson. Karlsson says Siad approached her in Sweden when she was 20, promising fame, careers, and a glamorous future. He knew how to spot vulnerability, she said. Karlsson claims she followed Siad to Monaco and France, but the modeling jobs never came. Instead, She says she became dependent on him. She then accused Siad of raping her near Cannes. His lawyer denies the allegations. Carlson says Siad later introduced her to Gerald Marie at Elite. Why is he closing the blinds? She recalled thinking. She claims Marie praised her appearance, then suddenly assaulted her. It was to remove my power, she said. Marie's lawyers deny all allegations and say a rape probe was dropped in 2023. But Carlson says she's speaking out to warn young women how grooming allegedly begins, not with violence, but with promises.